FTX was worth $32 billion, then collapsed in just 72 hours. This is how lies, leverage, and stolen trust destroyed a crypto empire. In 2022, Sam Bankman-Fried was the undisputed king of crypto, gracing magazine covers and dining with world leaders everywhere. He controlled an empire valued at $32 billion, seemingly untouchable, sitting atop a golden throne of digital innovation and wealth. But in a shocking twist of fate, everything collapsed in just 72 hours, leaving the financial world stunned and paralyzed. Over $8 billion of customer funds simply vanished into thin air, leaving millions of investors desperate and completely empty-handed. This was not a simple market failure. It was a massive heist, disguised by complex technology and sophisticated corporate branding. Sam carefully crafted the image of a humble savior, driving an old car and promising to donate his entire fortune. He slept on beanbags in the office, convincing the world he cared more about humanity than buying luxury yachts. FTX marketed itself as the safest and most transparent exchange, a fortress of solitude in the chaotic Wild West of crypto. They poured hundreds of millions into Super Bowl ads and celebrity endorsements, buying public trust with aggressive and expensive marketing campaigns. They even purchased naming rights to major sports stadiums, embedding their brand deep into the cultural consciousness of everyday people. Sam lobbied politicians in Washington, presenting himself as the adult in the room who wanted proper regulation for the industry. But beneath the shiny surface and altruistic promises, a dark and rotten secret was festering within the company's financial core. The truth lay in the dangerous relationship between the FTX exchange and a hedge fund called Alameda Research, owned by Sam. Sam was secretly diverting billions of dollars of customer deposits to cover the massive trading losses incurred by Alameda Research. They treated customer funds like their personal piggy bank, making risky bets that no legitimate financial institution would ever sanction. To keep the scheme running, they created a digital token called FTT, effectively printing their own money out of thin air. They manipulated the market to inflate the value of FTT, making their balance sheets look incredibly healthy on the surface. Then, they used these inflated tokens as collateral to borrow real money, creating a dangerous loop of leverage and debt. It was a classic house of cards, stable only as long as the price of their imaginary money remained high. The beginning of the end came when a private balance sheet was leaked to the press, exposing their terrible insolvency. The financial world realized that Alameda Research rested on a foundation of sand, comprised mostly of illiquid FTT tokens. The fatal blow was struck when rival Binance announced they would sell all their FTT holdings, triggering a massive panic. This announcement triggered a classic bank run, creating a domino effect that the fragile FTX reserves could not possibly withstand. Terrified customers rushed to withdraw their funds, only to discover that the digital vaults were already completely empty and locked. In the Bahamas, Sam frantically tried to raise capital from investors, but the multi-billion-dollar hole was too deep. The value of FTT crashed to near zero, rendering their collateral worthless and sealing the fate of the entire empire. Within days, the boy genius was arrested, his $32 billion fortune evaporating into a pile of legal indictments. The collapse of FTX was not a failure of crypto technology, but a failure of human ethics and corporate governance. It revealed that human nature does not change. Greed and the lack of oversight are timeless recipes for financial disaster. Thousands of innocent people lost their life savings because they trusted a carefully manufactured image over financial reality. Sam Bankman-Fried proved that a messy haircut and a Toyota Corolla can be just as deceptive as an expensive suit. The lesson for every investor is clear. When something looks too perfect and profitable, you are likely the product. FTX was essentially a digital Ponzi scheme, using new investor money to pay off old debts until the music stopped. As Sam was extradited to the United States, the crypto winter grew colder, casting a long shadow over the industry. The offices that once bustled with the energy of young millionaires now stand silent, a monument to unchecked corporate hubris. Bankruptcy lawyers and forensic accountants will spend years trying to untangle the mess and recover pennies for the victims. Even the most sophisticated venture capitalists were fooled, proving that due diligence was ignored in the fear of missing out. This catastrophe reminded the world of the golden rule of crypto. Not your keys, not your coins, ever. Justice may be served in the courtroom, but the trust that was broken will take a generation to rebuild. From the cover of Forbes to a prison cell, the rise and fall of Sam Bankman-Fried is a modern tragedy. The industry will eventually recover and evolve, but the scars of the FTX collapse will remain as a permanent warning. Don't let the allure of easy money blind you to the reality that financial gravity always applies to everyone. In the world of finance, skepticism is your best defense against the charismatic storytellers who want to take your money. Billions were burned in the fire of incompetence, a costly lesson that we must never allow ourselves to forget. The king has fallen, but the game continues, and new players must be vigilant to avoid the same fatal traps. His legacy is not one of innovation, but of a cautionary tale about the destructive power of unchecked ambition. The complex algorithms and backdoors he engineered could not save him from the simple truth of basic accounting principles. The voices of the victims still echo, demanding accountability and serving as a reminder of the real human cost involved. We close this chapter on FTX, but we keep our eyes open for the next too good to be true opportunity. Always look deeper than the headlines, verify the reserves, and never trust a centralized entity with everything you own. True decentralized finance does not require trust in a single leader, but trust in verifiable code and mathematics. His nervous interviews and vague answers were warning signs that many chose to ignore until it was too late. The scales of justice have finally balanced, but the weight of the loss will be felt for many years. Business schools will study this failure for decades, analyzing how a $32 billion empire evaporated so quickly. As technology advances, our methods of detecting fraud must also evolve to catch the next digital Ponzi scheme. Time ran out for Sam Bankman-Fried, proving that you can cheat the market for a while, but not forever. Let this story be a lighthouse in the storm, guiding you away from the dangerous rocks of financial deception. We hope this deep dive has given you the tools to spot the red flags in your own investment journey. The FTX brand is now dead, buried under a mountain of debt, lies, and the broken dreams of investors. But the sun rises on a new day, and with wisdom, we can build a more transparent and honest future. Delete the apps that promise impossible returns, and install a mindset of critical thinking and rigorous personal research. Your greatest asset is not the crypto in your wallet, but the knowledge and skepticism in your mind. Sam Bankman-Fried has left the stage, leaving us with a very expensive but incredibly valuable lesson in finance. The financial world keeps spinning, and new opportunities will arise, but we must navigate them with eyes wide open. If you found value in this analysis, please subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into business failures. Check out our other videos to learn from the mistakes of the past and protect your future financial interests. Thank you for watching Business Failure Lab. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and we will see you in the next video.